We're going to record on all the platforms, all the things. All right. We are live. We are streaming. We are in the Facebook group. Hello, ladies. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday afternoon. Brittany Young here. And we have our special guest, Regina. Regina, say hello. And yeah, introduce yourself. Let the ladies know who you are, why we're discussing what we're discussing today. We'll dive right in.
Hi, ladies. My name is Regina Cornelio, and I am a financial planner, and I've been in the financial industry on and off for almost 7 years. And I've also been in sales and sales management, sales training for 7 years in multiple industries. And I am blessed to know Brittany and work with Brittany. And I like to bridge finances and spirituality and mindset and a whole bunch of things for success. And I think that you asked to interview me because it's always weird to talk about yourself, but basically in every field that I've been in sales, I've been at or near the top. And the last 2 months in a row, I've been the number one agent at the company I work for in terms of production, and my finances have shifted completely this year, just from January until now. And so I'm excited to kind of dive in and talk about some things that may be beneficial to other women.
Yes. Thank you for that powerful introduction. So yeah, we're here not only highlighting Regina's success and how she's gone from where she was when we first started working together to where she's at now, but really this conversation is important for you if you're a financial expert, because it goes to show you how Regina decided that she was going to basically make financial planning her bitch. but really this is important to highlight how you can go from zero commission 1 month to a big giant fat check, all because you decided who you want to work with, how you want to work with them, what's the sales language that you're going to use when it comes to getting that prospect to lock in and say yes. And, even this morning, I got a message from Regina, I think it was this morning or last night, saying, hey, this couple, I'm signing on this couple and they're moving money over to work with me. And this is a huge win. And it's because Regina made the decision to sell the way that she's selling now, using her own sales language, saying yes to, putting together these financial plans, but also really taking on the challenge of the way that the industry has taught her to sell, to now selling in a way that's more aligned with her, that's more in her own language. And she's done such a phenomenal job being able to do that. But when I first met her, this was not happening. So I would love for you to share with the ladies what was going on when you and I first connected, and kind of share with them how it was a God thing of how we even got connected in the first place.
Yes. So I decided that I wanted to start a coaching business and kind of go above and beyond financial planning. And that I wanted a business coach, even though at that time I was on unemployment. I was making $2,000 a month, but I decided I want, this big fancy business coach. And I put it out there to God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And I woke up one morning and I said, I want a business coach. I want a female business coach. And I can scroll back on my Facebook. I made a post about it. And I said, I want XYZ in the business coach. I want like-minded. I want a female. I want someone who focuses on women coaches. Um, I don't know if I said financial advisors. Maybe I did. And someone who's spiritual. And that day, Brittany commented on my post, and I think we just connected the day prior. And then we talk, and she literally checks every single box. So I'm really big on intention and being clear as to what I want and stating that, and then attracting that into my life.
We're having a dog fiasco in the background. Someone rung the doorbell and decided to
Oh,
set
I
off the
can't.
dogs. It's all good. So, yeah, and we did connect the day before and we were chatting and you said, let's give this a shot. I don't know how this is going to work. So what prompted you to say yes to yourself in that moment of making the decision that we were going to work together? This was a line for you, and I'm saying yes to me, because I find that we often will give excuses as to why we can't have what we want. So I'd
Yeah.
love to hear that from you.
Yeah, that's important because, to be honest with you, I took a leap of faith. I was on $2,000 a month unemployment. I can't afford any coach. But I guess I was already stepping into that version of myself and that mindset of I'm doing it no matter what. And this is something that I help my clients with mindset wise, is shifting from I can't do this to how can I do this? And I told you up front, I said, listen, I'm on unemployment, but I'm going to make this happen somehow. And you still met with me. And I told you, like, I have no idea how I'm going to make this happen. I basically like giggled when you told me how much you charged, which I was expecting. And I was just like, okay, give me some time. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to make it work. And you were probably like, yeah, right. And I came back and I said, I did. I got it. I've got the whole 3 months. Let's go. I'm ready. Um, and that's been happening over and over for me because even though I've been successful, like, I'm in a commission only field. I'm just getting back into the financial field and it's been kind of slower. And I've said, I'm still going to do this XYZ, and boom, the next day, the money I need shows up. So, um, yeah, I'm a big believer on what we think about, we bring about, for sure.
And this happened to you recently too, right? You had some
Yep.
major wins.
Last week. Yeah, literally, I needed something that was $1,500. And the day before I was like, oh my gosh, well, I don't know. I'm going to get it. The next day I manifested $2,700. So again, this is all that, and I go a lot deeper than finances with clients. I go into manifesting, mindset, limiting beliefs, clearing those limiting beliefs, and releasing that programming that we all have in our minds, which is huge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Share with us why it's important for a woman in your position in the financial industry to take such a unique approach
Mm,
when they're working with their ideal clients.
yeah. Feel like multiple things. I feel like we're shifting out of the old paradigm into a new paradigm. I feel like people are looking at finances and financial professionals differently. I feel like there's a light being, shining on the financial industry, and it's not always the most ethical place, and it doesn't always attract the most ethical people. And I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I'm number one at the company I work for. The company I work for, they give us all leads. We all have the same amount of opportunities, but because my approach is different, I'm not just pitching them something to sell. I'm having a conversation today. I literally talked more about a lady going through her divorce than I didn't even talk finances really, but I have a follow-up and she trusts me and she's interested. And I basically just gave her an overview. Hey, I'd love to be a resource for you. I can offer XYZ and I'd love to sit down another time, and boom. And that's how I got the appointment. Was it last night that I texted you? The big appointment. And I just approached very I don't wanna say smooth, I don't like that word, but it was just a conversation. It was just like, "Hey, what do you like about this? What don't you like?"
Yeah.
And, most advisors are just talking with their commissions in mind, when they're not talking to the client to really find out their needs and talk about solutions. And I also like to think outside the box and consider everything that's going on in the world, not just, well, if I offer this, I get this commission. If I offer this, I get this. I put that out of the scenario and I just focus on the client.
Yeah, and you mentioned trust and building that immediate trust through the sales process. And that it's not just about the commission, that it's more about the actual person, the human to
Mm,
human connection that you're making with
mhm,
that buyer, with that client. Because if you're looking to build that long lasting relationship with them, trust comes first. And so you probably see it more than I do within the industry. Do you find that trust is lacking? Or do you
mm.
find that more and more women, especially, are learning that they can step into this area of trust with themselves first before they step into it with their ideal clients?
Mm. Feel like that's like twofold.
It's a loaded question.
And I agree with both. So the first one is trust lacking. Yes. And for good reason. It's a commission only field. I've seen a lot of shadiness. I'm just going to be honest with you, and lack of integrity. And so I'm very upfront about I'm aware that this field, and I'll tell clients right out, I'm aware this field is lacking integrity. This is my approach. And I just tell them, and and then I can build trust instantly when I'm just very upfront about that. And then for trusting in yourself is huge, because I'm seeing agents struggle at the company I work for. They literally book our calendar. I don't understand. This is like taking candy from a baby for me, but I'm trying to figure out where the struggle is for them. And some of it is in lack of confidence. Some of it is in over complicating the sale and not talking to their level. We specialize in public school staff. Most of these people don't even know what a 403B is. So we've got to slow the financial jargon and
Mhm.
really slow it down and get to their level. And also, they're not most of the time they're not paying us $2,500 for a full financial plan. So keep it simple.
Right.
I don't get that deep. And so I don't have that problem, but I feel like it's overcomplicating it, lack of confidence. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, yeah. And you have been able to weave in your own personalized sales strategies,
Mhm,
based on our conversation and then based on your own intuition, because you're using your feminine ability to do that.
mhm,
But one of the key things that I see you do, and this is a skill that gets learned throughout life, but also a behavior that you have nailed down as an expert in this industry, is behavioral finance. And what I
mm,
mean by that is being able to connect finance to the emotion of the ideal buyer. And having that emotional connection with them is so key. So when you're having conversations with your ideal clients, being able to, my dad used to say, business is 99% bullshit and 1% sale. And so being able to have that ideal conversation around how is this really going to affect your life? How is this going to benefit you? And connecting with them in that deep way and solving their problems, like you mentioned,
Mhm.
because often, again, that advisor or planner is, oh, well, how much money am I going in to make? Or even if you're not thinking money, you're talking yourself out of the sale
Mm.
because you're
Yeah.
money hungry, and that's blocking
Yeah.
you from ideally working with this potential client. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely. And I feel like we profile the client because, well, in the field that I'm in, I have an idea of who I'm talking to, their position before I talk to them. And I catch myself doing that. And I'll have an appointment with like a teacher's assistant and they're not, high income as a teacher or a professor. So I'll start to talk myself out of, oh, teacher's assistant, nothing's going to come of it. Meanwhile, they have money invested. The husband makes money. You never know what you're walking into, but if you talk yourself out of it, you're already like halfway out of the sale.
yeah.
So,
And that's what I love about you and your process, because you're able to take those thoughts, emotionally process them, and be able to see, wait, this is just a thought. How can I logically come back to, I'm the shit. I'm really powerful. I change lives. I know what I'm doing. And you go in, and these people wind up saying yes to you because they trust you. You trust you, and the work continues from there, and they stay with you, and they build a relationship, and they refer you, and it's such a beautiful place to be. And to watch it from the coaching perspective of, it didn't take you long to figure this out. It was
Mhm.
just those small tweaks that needed to be made in the sales process, in the languaging, and then in the confidence, which was there. Now it's even more, it's even more there, the
Mhm.
confidence and the trust within yourself, because of the money coming in and the sales coming in and the people saying yes. So it's beautiful to watch you grow just within the last, 4 or 5 months of us
Mhm.
working together. And this is just the beginning major success. So I applaud you very, very much. And I want to get into your side hustle, your little side business that you got going on. So the
Mhm.
ladies here in this group know exactly how they can get in touch with you even more. I'm sure some have questions around, how you're building your financial practice, but
Mhm.
it's cat's out of the bag, secrets out that Regina has a side business and has
Mhm.
recently launched an amazing workshop that I put myself in and went through it, and I made a bunch of money from it. So tell us about
Mhm. Yeah. So one way that I differentiate myself is, like I said, bringing in the spirituality to the finances and recognizing it and teaching that we create our own reality based on our own thoughts and beliefs. And so if we're holding on to limiting beliefs from childhood, that's hindering our ability to attract more abundance into our life. So recently I teamed up with a good friend of mine and I am starting this side hustle of launching workshops of different topics. Some will be free, some will have a small fee, and there's other things that will bridge out of that. And this first one was titled Release Your Abundance Blocks, because I feel like we all have them and the masses are, or we're not programmed for success, and how many of us are still holding on to childhood beliefs and our parents' beliefs about money that we don't even consciously know. But I know when growing up, I would hear my little Italian grandmother say, money doesn't grow on trees. And, money is the root of all evil. And I could still hear her saying that. And growing up with a single mom and seeing my mom struggle and never wanted to talk about money. So the energy around money always felt very uncomfortable for me. Um, and so having to work through that, having to heal that, and to dive deep into the subconscious to release some of those beliefs. And so we did that in this workshop. We combined three modalities, which have never been combined before. We combined hypnosis, NLP, or neuro linguistic programming, which is what Tony Robbins uses, and energy clearing to dive deep in and release abundance blocks and limiting beliefs. And I myself am blown away. And I was only half focused because I'm hosting the workshop. And the next day, I woke up to an unexpected sale. And that day, I manifested $2,700. And then this week, I had an unexpected sale, and I had so many commissions backed up, and I've been getting frustrated. And you know this. And this week, I've had, I think, three of them finally hit. And then now I'm getting messages that others are coming. I'm like, oh
Oh,
man,
good.
here we go. Finally, gosh,
Yeah.
because it's weird to be the top agent, but to be like struggling, like
Let's go.
thousands
Let's
of
go.
commissions pending. And we know how it is in the financial field, coming back in, it takes a little while to build up, but things are finally shifting. And yesterday I had an amazing day. And so I feel like it's still shifting. And I'm like, wow, I haven't even gone back and re-listened, but yeah, I would love feedback on that. And if anyone's interested, please let me know. It was yeah, I fully believe in this, and combining these three modalities was just so powerful. And I love sharing that. And I love hearing other people's feedback and experiences. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I love that you use these three modalities
Mm-hmm.
with your financial clients.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to use, because I too use NLP in some of my modalities when I'm working with clients individually. And it's something that I'm bringing into the group program that I'm launching in August. NLP will
Mm-hmm.
be highlighted.
Nice.
My appointment setter uses NLP. And so
Mm.
we're all on board there with that. And I think it's a vital piece to bring into your sales process, and then to bring into working individually with your clients, setting up financial planning with
Mm-hmm.
them, and then, continuing that relationship throughout the years, because stuff comes up. And we
Mm-hmm.
know money is emotional, and it's never going to not be emotional. There's always going to be that emotional trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get to the root of what that trigger is, so
Mm-hmm.
that the sale becomes more easy and the conversation becomes more easy when we're building that relationship with the ideal client? So love that. And would love nothing more than you to share this workshop if you've got the link available for people to purchase that. Um, and it's like $33. So, grab that workshop.
Yeah. I know you were telling me to charge more and I
Yeah.
didn't listen. But you mean
And
to share it in the chat, or I
share
can
it in
share it?
the chat of the live video whenever you
Okay,
get
I
a
can go
chance.
back and share it.
Yeah, and then tell people how either they could work with you from a financial perspective, how to get a hold of you to talk to you about, your other services,
Mm-hmm.
and what's next for you in the next coming months.
So what's next? I am definitely doing more workshops. Some will be free, some will be a small fee, and I'll be bundling them later. I am working on a whole method called the Financially Sovereign
Yeah,
AF method. I've trademarked the term sovereign AF, and we'll have a whole brand. There's so much that it's overwhelming, but big on sovereignty, big on freedom and independence right now for many different reasons, especially for women. Sovereignty is key. So
Yeah,
yeah, and so I'll have live workshops, I'll have replays that you can purchase or find on my Podia site. I offer a few free financial analysis meetings per month. And then I'll be having my coaching on top of that as well. Yeah.
awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to add or give it advice to anyone who is watching, or who might be on the fence of saying yes to themselves to hire, a mentor, or
Mm.
just kind of stuck right now and they know they need help, but they're not sure how to make that work?
Yeah. I just had this conversation with an old best friend who's struggling. Um, I feel like we stay in that loop until we take that action step out. And sometimes that main step is asking for help. And sometimes that's hiring a coach or a mentor or a teacher. And and I feel like it's a beautiful thing. Saying yes to yourself is a beautiful thing. We all should have coaches and mentors. I have you. I've got my fitness coach. I have a spiritual coach. Um, and that's life saving. So that's the first step, is to say yes to you, invest in yourself for all the crazy things going on in this world. And all the different things that I'll tell you to invest in right now. Number one is you, always, always you. So say yes to you, regardless of what it is. Take that leap and just reach out, talk to someone, whoever you feel connected to that can help you in some way. I think that's really important.
Awesome. Beautiful. Well, I appreciate your time. I know your time is limited and you have many meetings to get to today. And I'm just really excited that we get to be on this journey together. We get to highlight you and your wins and your successes. And, for those watching and listening to the replay, Regina didn't start with a golden spoon in her mouth, just like the rest of us didn't either. And like she mentioned, she was in and out of the industry for unforetold reasons that we don't need to know. But to come back in and now to crush it and to be able to open herself up to whatever possibilities could happen, is so beautiful. And to continue to watch her success. And if you're not connected with her on Facebook, please click her link and friend her, and then
Mm,
get on that workshop, especially if you feel like your money is at a standstill.
mm.
Because it has shifted things for me. And I watched it about a week ago and still continuing to shift. So Regina, thanks for your time and your energy, and look forward to continuing to see all your wins and your success. And yeah, it's been a beautiful interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye, y'all.